Relativity of simultaneity. This topic you will find in the study of special theory of relativity of Einstein. So what is the topic? Topic is relativity of simultaneity. That means we have idea about simultaneous events. Means events occurring at the same time. Events occurring at the same time are called simultaneous events. And the topic is what? Relativity of simultaneity. That means simultaneity, this is not always absolute. Actually, it is not absolute. It is relative. Relative means what? Means for different observers, the occurring of time of occurring of the events may be different for different observers. Means here I am talking about different reference frames. Means observers are located at different reference frames, and those reference frames are moving one respect to another. Okay, suppose let us talk about one example. Suppose there is a train. Okay, two persons are there, Alice and Bob. Bob is inside the train and Alice, she is standing on the platform. Okay, and Bob is where? Bob is inside the train and just at the middle of the train. His position is just at the middle of the train. And suppose there is a lightning strike just at the middle of the train, or say there is a flash of light occurred at the middle of the train, means where there was Bob. So what will happen? Light will go in all the directions, will move in all the directions. That means light will reach to the front of the train as well as it will reach to the back of the train. Okay, so flash of light occurred at the middle of the train and there was Bob. So since it is middle of the train, that means from the front up to the Bob, front of the train up to the Bob, and from the back of the train up to the Bob, the distances are same. Distances are same. So what will happen? Light will reach to the front and back of the train at the same time. And for Bob, these two events, here two events are there. Light reaching at the front, this is one event. Light reaching at the back of the train, that is another event. So for Bob, these two events are simultaneous because they occurred at the same time. This is for Bob, who is inside the train and his position is just at the middle of the train. Okay. But for Alice? The train was not stationary. Train was in a moving condition. Train was moving with certain speed. Okay. Along a straight line. You just assume this way. This is nothing but a thought experiment. Okay. So train is moving along a straight line. Alice, she is standing on the platform. So what will happen? If I draw on this board, then that will be easy to make you understand this thought experiment. So what happened? Since train is moving, that means you now focus on the point where there was flash of light. So back of the train is moving toward the point of flash of light. Am I right? And the front of the train is moving away from the point of flash of light. And to travel any distance, light is required some time. Am I right? Light is required some time to travel any distance, whatever be the distance, whether it is small or large, but some time is required because light is having not infinite velocity. It has a final velocity, okay, which is equal to 3 lakh km per second. Now, since the back side of the train is moving toward the point of flash of light and the front side of the train is moving away from the light, so in which case light has to travel more distance for the front of the train, because distance is increasing, that is moving away from the point of flash of light. So in this case, means from the for the front part of the train, the distance traveled by the light will be more, and for the back side of the train, it is less. So time required for the flash of light to reach to the front of the train will be more, and time required for the light to reach to the back side of the train will be less. So these two times are different. So Bob, who is standing, Alice, who is standing on the platform, she is stationary with respect to the train. She will notice the flash of light at the back of the train before the flash of light reaching at the front of the train. Means these two events, front and back, are occurring at different times for Alice. So for Alice, these two events are not simultaneous. So here both the events are causally connected. Okay, here sequence cannot change. Sequence of the events, which event will occur first and which event occur next. Okay, this is the sequence. Okay, this sequence cannot change, since here the events are causally connected. But if you think about events which are not causally connected, suppose we are talking about a car crash. Say a car crash in New York and a car crash in London. So for an observer sitting on the planet Earth, for him the two events may be simultaneous. Okay, a car crash in New York and a car crash in London. But for an observer flying in an airplane above the Earth, for that observer the events may not be simultaneous. Okay, but you just notice here that the two events, car crash at London and car crash at New York, they are not causally connected. Means one event is not dependent upon the other. Car crash at London is not dependent on the car crash in New York, or the car crash in New York is not dependent upon the car crash in London. So they are not causally connected. So here in this case, depending upon the direction of the movement of the airplane, the sequence of the events may change, may alter. The sequence of the events may alter. Okay. Depending upon one direction, maybe car crash in New York will take place before the car crash in London. And just for the reverse direction, motion in the reverse direction of the airplane, this sequence will be just the opposite. Okay. Anyway, so this was all about the relativity of simultaneity. Yes, this is why this simultaneity, this is called relative. This is not absolute. For different observers, in our thought experiment, there were two observers, Bob and Alice. Bob was inside the train, Alice was standing on the platform. So for these two observers, Bob and Alice, the events occurred at different times. For Bob, event occurred at the same time, but for Alice, the event the same events occurred at different times. Okay, that is why here it is called relativity of simultaneity. Okay, anyway, so this was all about today's topic, relativity of simultaneity. This is the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video.